Well, food poverty affects a tenth of the world's population. At the other extreme, about the same number of people are obese. In Portugal, obesity rates are as high in adults as they are in children. And chronic diseases are one of the nation's main public health challenges. I'm here to meet Nuno Queiroz Ribeiro, an activist chef with a passion for healthy eating. I met Nuno in an international conference about environment and climate change. Immediately we click because instead of cooking what people want, we want to cook what people need. Andre! How are you?
How are you, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
I don't think anyone, when they pass by this plot, will realize that it's just so many different varieties of edible plants that we could just pick up from here. You have the wheat that grows together, the spinach, rocket, kale.
When you grow organic and you're preserving our natural resources and they all combine together and they grow wild, it's like a bush.
But I never really asked you properly why you become a vegan.
I had a big event in my life. Was the death of my father. My father had a cancer, and was very fast. Suddenly, he got really sick, and after 1 week, he died. My dad was eating a lot of meat, a lot of sugar, and my dad already had diabetes. Working at the time in Michelin star restaurants, we would use only trans fat. And this was very life-changing because I looked into the food and I understood the role as a chef. To bring consciousness, to bring awareness to people, and to become a true activist. Andre.
Man, where did you buy all this?
Man, I've been...
Man, we're so spoiled. Do you also cook that at home?
This is the way I totally believe, the way we should eat, and this is the way I cook in my daily basis at home. The Mediterranean cuisine only has 7% of meat, so the plant-based diet, it's the main thing. Because we're not chewing a muscle from an animal. I'm not having hormones.
Right.
I'm not having antibiotics. Processed meat. It's a carcinogen, number one, same as tobacco. Animal protein represents more than 55% of the planet pollution. If we understand that eating beef, 1 kilo of beef represents 50,000 liters of water, how can we keep on talking that we want to save the planet and we don't change our food habits?
Not a lot of people really understand those inconvenient truths that you just said. In fact, I remember you told me before that the numbers is always there, but people just heard about it, but never really taken into action.
This is when I question people. Do you really love yourself? Do you really love your child when you see him obese? Because when you have a child obese, you're just taking 8 years out of their lives. I'm not saying that people should stop being radical, like you should stop today eating meat, but you should start reducing. And when you start reducing, after a while, after a few years, at one point you say, there's no point, I don't need this no more.
And then you start to appreciate, like this meal today, I don't feel like I need any animal protein. I feel good. I've been thinking about what Nuno said. 1 in 3 children in Portugal is overweight. And this is the first generation in history where children have less life expectancy than their parents. So I've decided to visit Nuno at Redbridge School, where he runs a catering company that makes healthy school lunches for the students.
Let's have some lunch. And I got you this little bag.
That's not my lunch.
This is where our kids have lunch. We receive beautiful ingredients from local farmers every day, and we prepare these amazing meals for these kids every day.
Beautiful. Now you make me want to open my surprise bag.
Basically here we have an example what the parents send to their kids.
Yeah. Tell me what happened now, the current situation for school kids meal.
The budget is still low. And they don't even have proper chefs working in their kitchens that understand the reality of cooking real ingredients. They have to pick a lot of processed food, and that's what they give to these children. For me, an healthy meal for children have to start by using real ingredients. When we use real vegetables, and we cook in a proper way so we can keep the nutritional value, we keep the colors, we keep the texture of the food.
Having a lunch like this or that, it probably costs the same, but in nutrition fact, it is completely different. You see that it's overly sugared with the carbohydrates and fat. And then the other side, you have fresh fruit, fresh ingredients, herbs, a proper soup, and proper chef is cooking it. I have to remove it from my tray.
Yeah, please take it away.
On Fridays, the students at Redbridge go on their weekly forest school. It's a way to connect with nature and learn where their food comes from.
It's very lucky that we have this forest. It's really in the heart of Lisbon, and the kids come every Friday. Oh my God! What are you doing? It's something very special that grows around when you have a lot of humidity. It's not edible, you shouldn't eat because it's not lettuce.
You know what's the name? It's called lichen. Ouais, c'est un type de champignon, on peut le faire sécher et ça se mange.
Et aussi, c'est une type de maladie pour les arbres.
Oui.
I found this in the place where we were climbing. I forgot the name. Pine cone.
It was amazing to see that, you know, from my experience in Asia, things like this, and the parents can freak out. It's like, you know, it's on a rainy day and it's in the forest.
They were scrubbing my face.
Yeah, exactly. The kids just picking up everything from the floor.
Yeah, that's the magic of doing this forest school. It's bringing the kids to really grab, like taking carrots out of the ground, and they will understand that the carrots have green.
Yes. They wouldn't assume that the carrot is like that without dirt from the supermarket.
And when you get these kids involved in all of this process, they start loving the food, loving and eating things that they never thought they would manage to eat. We are all together in this educational path. Not just the kids need to be re-educated, the adults as well, because I believe this is a world issue. And I believe that these diseases are all common problems around the world. The beginning starts from our food options and our food choices in our daily basis. Oh my God!
I realized that Nuno took his love for his father, turned that into a bigger love for the society. Look down to the smallest detail, and by simple change of their school lunch, that could make a big change. I see someone that is not gonna stop there. You know, he wanna do more. Having something substantial to push the government to really reduce the damage that is around us.